Welcome to the J&J Sip and Say. Jill, the kids in bed, the drinks are made. Let's talk.
Am I the other half of the J&J?
You are. Jill Sewell, my wife. How's it going?
It's going.
What are you sipping on over there?
A tequila sunrise.
Ooh, that sounds good. I got a Cuba Libre, which is white rum, Coke, and a little lime juice. Fantastic. This is the first episode. This is the episode to kind of introduce Jill and I. This is a podcast I wanted to do with my wife. We just talk about anything going on in our life, whether it be parenting, our marriage, relationship, news events, whatever it might be. Just conversations that we have either at the dinner table, out on the porch after Blair goes to bed, have a couple drinks, and, just conversations I think a lot of married people need to have and have good communication.
Sounds good.
Are you okay with that?
Yes.
So you sent me an article the other day that was titled "Couples Who Make Fun of Each Other Are Happier."
Yes, I would agree with that.
I found an article that said couples who annoy each other are happy as well. And immediately I thought we are prime candidates for both of those, because you make fun of me all the time and you annoy me all the time.
You do both of those as well to me.
Yeah, you annoy me way more than I annoy you, though.
I don't think
I even made a list.
I have a list too.
I made a list of things that you do that annoy me.
But anybody that does know us and knows our relationship knows that we thrive on our banter between each other.
I think it's important for couples to have that banter. And when I say we make fun of each other, we annoy each other, it is lighthearted. It's never malicious. It's just, the way I look at it is, you're my best friend. I think married couples should be their best friends. And if you're going to have a best friend, you want someone you can joke around with, have a good time with, give them a hard time. And in reverse, they give you a hard time.
You're the type of person that if you like someone, you make fun of them and give them a hard time.
Absolutely. If I don't give you a hard time and make fun of you in a lighthearted way, I probably don't like you. You can ask people I work with. If I don't talk to you at work, I probably don't like you. If I give you a hard time, joke around with you, I might as well be your best friend.
I like everybody, but I make fun of people that I know they can take it.
You have to be able to take it. You make fun of me a lot. And I'm sure you have a list of things you're going to make fun of me about today, and that's fine.
I don't think this is making fun of each other. These are things that the other person does that annoys us. I think there's a difference.
But I think we joke around with each other on those topics.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important for people who are married in a relationship, be best friends, have fun with each other. It's okay to cut up with each other. Don't take everything so seriously. We don't. And I feel, we've been married almost 5 years. I feel it's a very successful marriage. We're both happy, but we also kind of dig at each other. And our families love it. Our friends love it.
Yeah, you're mean to me.
Well, sometimes it's deserved. So you said you made a list.
Yeah.
And I made a list.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's dig into it. What's the first thing that I do that, quote unquote, you say annoys you?
Okay, well, we just experienced this about 5 minutes before we started recording. And you know exactly which one I'm talking about.
Nope.
Yeah, you do. You do not refill the ice cube trays. You take like a whole tray of ice to make one drink, and then you don't refill it. Don't put your hand up to me. You put the empty ice cube tray back in the freezer.
Here's what happens. And I'm not going to argue with you because I know I do this. There'll be 2 full trays of ice cubes. I typically like to use 4 to 5 ice cubes in a...
4 to 5.
Yeah, it's all it fits in this glass. It's a rocks glass.
No, it's probably like 6 or 7.
It's a rocks glass. It's probably 10 to 12 ounces. You put 4 or 5 cubes in it. Your drink stays colder and doesn't dilute as much. So I
know the purpose of ice.
That's why I like to use a lot of cubes. What happens is, after 3 or 4 drinks, I kind of am not as aware, and I do forget to fill back the ice cubes. So Yeah, sometimes I put empty trays in the fridge. But really, I mean, how bad does it affect you?
It drives me nuts. I'm fuming when I go to open up the freezer to make myself probably not a cocktail. I would just like to have some ice water. And I open up the freezer and there's no ice in the little tray, like what would you call that? The tray that you put the ready-made ice in.
Yeah, we'd like use the ice trays.
Ice
and put
storage.
like in a little
Sure.
bucket thing.
Ice bucket, we'll call it that. There's no ice in there, and oh gee, both ice cube trays are completely empty.
Yeah.
So we have 0 ice.
And I try to do better, and I'll admit this is one I'll truly own that I do. It's not out of spite. It's just after a few cocktails, I kind of forget to put the ice.
But
ice
what
back
you
in.
could do after your first drink is, I'm going to dump this tray into the ice bucket and then put water in the tray so then it could be freezing. So then you still have ice, but then you still have more water that's freezing for ice.
Well, I will try to work on that. And this is advice I'll give to a couple. If you annoy each other, try to work on it a little bit. And I'll try. I think I've gotten better.
Jake, we just experienced it. There was 3 ice cubes for me to make my drink.
But you would use one of the ice cube trays earlier for Blair's food and did not put it back in the freezer.
Because I washed it and it was drying.
It dried for 12 hours. It was fine. It could have went in the fridge or the freezer.
But this one does drive me nuts. And you've also said that when we get a bigger fridge someday, I don't want one with an ice maker. Well, maybe we should.
Well, then we'll have to buy one.
Because you're not going to make any ice.
If it will stop you from yelling at me, maybe that's what we'll do.
Which is fun. You're like, I don't want one with an ice maker because they just leak.
And they usually do break, and you have to.
Okay, well, you don't make any ice, so I need ice.
You spend a lot of money to fix them, and I guarantee you, there's another couple out there that deals with the same issue, especially if he's a Jet and Coke drinker.
They probably all have fridges with ice makers, and then you avoid this issue.
All right. Well, maybe our next freezer combo will have the ice maker in it. So thanks for taking a hefty shot at me.
Well, that was my first one that I wrote down.
I can tell you're angry about it.
Because it does make me angry.
Okay. Hey, you do things that make me mad.
I want ice cold water, and there's no ice in the freezer.
I'll get better. How about that?
Okay.
But you do things that annoy me too.
Okay, what's on your list?
Number 1. This is not only does this annoy me, it really, really irritates me and makes me mad, is when you consistently ask for a bite of my food. If we're on, for example, we went to the Bahamas on our honeymoon. I tried all kinds of different seafood, whether it be scallops, conch, snapper. I think I had marlin. I was like, hey, do you want to try this? Because this is something new. We're not going to get to try this back home. But when I make a $1.25 Tostino's pizza and you have to have a quote-unquote bite of it, that annoys the hell out of me. Why are you so persistent on having a bite of a Tostino's pizza that, in a sense, tastes like cardboard? Is it because you're actually hungry, or do you just want to annoy me?
Both.
No, you do it out of spite anymore. Because you look at me, and you have these eyes like, I'm going to annoy him right now. Hey, can I have a bite of that Tostino's pizza?
And what's your typical answer? No. And then you threaten to stab my hand with a fork.
I would never physically assault you.
You probably would.
But it does annoy.
Growl at me.
Why do you have to ask for a bite of food?
Because it annoys you, and sometimes it smells really good, and I just want a bite of it.
But a bite of Tostino's pizza is like a third of it.
No, it's not.
It is. They're tiny.
And you're very possessive of your popcorn too.
Yes, you're gonna say because I'm an only child. I never had to fight for my food or anything like that. Or share it. I'm very protective of my food. Now, if we were starving on a deserted island, I would share my food with you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
But if I'm eating a bag of popcorn and there's 6 more bags in the closet,
I don't want a whole bag, and I just want 4 kernels.
I do want a whole bag.
But 4 kernels from one big bag isn't going to make a difference.
Your handful is unbelievable. You have tiny hands because you're 5'2", but when you reach in for popcorn, you might as well be Shaq. You reach in with a bucket. a bucket hand, and it just takes out like half my popcorn. It's unbelievable.
Bucket hand.
Yeah, a bucket hand. You take out half of it, and it's like, where'd my popcorn go?
Make another bag.
No, I don't want another bag. I want my bag. So that was probably, and not only it annoys me, it legitimately makes me mad.
Okay.
And it's literally the only thing you do that makes me mad.
Okay, so speaking of popcorn, can I go into one of my other ones?
Yeah, sure.
I'm transition.
I'm
right
off
there.
this rant.
Okay, so when you pop a bag of popcorn, which is all the time,
I love popcorn.
you have your own specific bowl with popcorn that I'm very rarely allowed to wash because you like to have it coated in multiple eatings of popcorn.
It's
like
called
you let the salt build up in the popcorn bowl. I can't use this bowl for anything else because even if I wash it, it just permanently would taste like salt.
It's called seasoned.
Uh-huh. Anyways, so you pop your popcorn and you dump it into your popcorn bowl and you douse it in salt. But then you don't ever throw the popcorn bag in the trash. You take it and you just lay it in the sink and you leave it in there for however long. And normally, probably by the next morning, I'm like, oh, there's his popcorn bag in the sink and not in the trash can. But when I ask you about it, here's your excuse. Well, the bag's too hot. Really?
I don't want to start a fire in our trash.
It's a popcorn bag.
You put it in the stainless steel sink. It cools down. Then I put it in the trash bag before we go to bed.
No, you don't.
Every night.
No, you don't.
Every night.
All the time. I find it in the sink and I have to throw it away. But why? It's not that hot, Jake.
You could start.
I throw my bag away.
Yeah, you could burn the house down.
It's not that hot.
It's possible.
Okay.
Is that really that big a deal?
It's kind of annoying that I
It's
have to pick
kind
it
of
out of
annoying.
the sink and throw it in the trash can.
It's kind of annoying.
Okay.
I'm just trying to be careful and not burn down our house.
Uh-huh.
We've worked really hard to get this house. I don't want to burn it down. So on to something else that bothers me about you. And you're better than you used to be, but you're still not good, is when you ask about the ending or questions during a movie or a TV show.
I've always been bad about that.
Drives me nuts.
I don't feel like I do
Guy,
that.
any gentleman who is listening to this podcast knows what I'm talking about. His girl will sit there like, well, what happens to that person? Well, if you would just sit there, watch the entire movie or TV show.
But sometimes I just talk out loud and I'm not really looking for an answer. I just say it.
Yeah, but when you're talking out loud,
It ruins the movie.
it kind of ruins it, or you ask questions, and then I got to pause it.
Okay, but that's what I do now. If I have a legit question, I make you pause it and then we can discuss.
Now, granted, when we first started living together, when we first got married, we didn't have DVR. You would ask questions or talk during the show. It was even worse when you would talk during the show about something random, and then as the show progressed, you would ask questions that were already answered. That drove me crazy. Is that just like a woman thing?
Probably. Maybe I just like to talk to you. And you have to be mean about it.
Not during the show, though. Especially when you're asking questions like 20 minutes later. I'm like, this was already answered if you would have just kind of paid attention.
Sometimes I just like to think out loud. Did I say talk out loud earlier?
Yeah, you
Sorry.
do. You do talk out loud.
But I meant to say I think out loud.
That's one of those things, and I think you're a little better. And maybe it helps because we have DVR. Because honestly, you'll start talking, I'm like, pause. And any guy listening to this podcast knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I like that meme on Facebook. It's that video of the dog. And the meme says, like, when someone won't stop asking questions during the movie, and it's the dog that turns and looks at somebody like, hey, shut up.
You're right, right. It's like if you just let the movie progress.
Do you know what dog I'm talking about?
No, not really.
I'll have to show it to you.
But if you would just let the movie progress or the TV show progress, or not talk during it, all your questions would be answered.
I feel like I've gotten better since we do have DVR.
Because we can stop it.
Right.
No, you're not better.
I know. I am better.
No, you're not better.
I think that I'm better.
No, it's because we can pause it. I can either explain it or say, hey, I bet the answer is coming up in 15 minutes.
Well, I don't think you're better with the ice cube trays.
I'm totally better.
No, you're not, because we just experienced it.
Okay.
Anyways, moving on. Okay, so this is one that you do I don't really talk about it a bunch, but it drives me nuts when you do it. Because it's just a mannerism thing. It doesn't really affect me. But you get this from your dad, you cannot have a conversation without rubbing your head or rubbing your eyes.
How does that really annoy you, though?
It annoys me. I said it annoys me, but it doesn't affect me. You not putting water in the ice cube trays, that affects me because I can't have a cold drink.
Yeah, watching a movie and you talk during the whole damn thing. That annoys me.
But you doing this, it just annoys me. It doesn't affect me in any way. So people that know me, I've done impressions of you before and they think it's funny. Because your dad doesn't really do the eye thing. You do that, but you guys both always rub your head.
Maybe I have dry eyes and I kind of got to itch them.
No, but
you ever think about that?
We need to start videotaping our podcast so people can see what I'm talking about.
We'll do Facebook Live.
But you'll take your glasses off because it gets real serious. You take your glasses off.
They're in the way. People can't see you rubbing your eyes right now. You need to explain this.
I know, but it's really, you just take your palm and dig it into the corner of your eyeball. I don't know what you're trying to get out of there, but you do that all the time.
Maybe it's a nervous thing.
But it's just me and you. What are you nervous about? We'll just be talking about random stuff.
Oh, because you're always making fun of me and intimidating me, so maybe I get nervous around you.
Or you'll go like this, and
people can't say what this is, Joe. You need to explain it.
You take your hand and you rub it up the back of your head and on the top of your head. You and your dad both do it.
I think it's a nervous thing. I'll admit to that.
But it's just me and you. What are you so nervous about?
Because you always make me nervous. You're always intimidating me.
I do not make you nervous.
It's something I've always done.
Okay, I know.
And I don't think it's something that's going to cause issues.
No, this is about what the other person does that annoys you. That annoys me.
Now, when you're eating my food, I might go hungry. So.
Well, I can see because that affects you. I get that.
That seems pretty minor.
Okay, what's your next one?
I have a really minor one too, but it drives me crazy.
Does it affect you?
Yes, it legitimately annoys the hell out of me. When you open a bag of potato chips, okay, for people who don't know us, I'm 6'4", Jill's 5'2". I have giant hands, she has little hands, and when she opens
apparently I have bucket hands when it comes to popcorn.
But when she comes to popcorn, this girl can half a gallon just take it out. When you open a bag of potato chips, you only open just enough to get your little hand in there. And then if I want some, my hand won't fit, and then I gotta open it. And what happens is I go to open it, and then I tear it.
But that's your fault.
And when you tear a potato chip bag down the front of it, it just all opens up.
That's not my fault, though.
It is your fault.
That could happen just opening it from the beginning.
No. If you would just open it up all the way, because obviously you can open up 3/4 of the way. If you just kept going that another quarter, it would be right to the seam. I can get my hand in there. You can get your hand in there. Boom. We're good. But no. You have to get your little bitty tiny hand in there and no one else's. Drives me nuts.
But I think why I do that is because that's how I open cereal bags. I just open the corner so then it dumps out really good into the bowl. And so I just continue that with potato chip bags, not realizing
That's not even related.
It's a bag.
If you're opening a corner of a cereal bag to pour it in the bowl, I get it. But if you're opening a potato chip bag to get our hand in it.
I just said, I don't think about it. I just go ahead and do it the same way. Just like you don't think about putting the ice cube trays back filled.
This isn't about me. If you're opening a cereal bag and you open a quarter of it, I get it because you're going to pour it. But a potato chip bag, you're going to reach your hand in there.
Yeah, my hand fits when I do it that way.
But just keep going to another 25%. That's all you got to do. Just a little bit more. That's all you got to do.
Okay, I'll work on that.
Drives me nuts. But
it's not my fault that you rip the bag all the way down the front.
Well, if it was opened properly all the way, when you open it, I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Or you could rip it all the way down the front if you open a bag of chips.
But I usually do for some reason. I don't know if I go all Hulk on it and just tear it all open.
Yeah, why don't you calm down?
Well, I'm probably angry because you've only opened 50% of the bag. You got anything else?
Yeah, I do. Okay, so this one, I don't know if you'll ever be able to change it. You sleep with your mouth open and it drives me nuts.
Oh, I can't change that. No way.
If you Okay, if I roll over, and we only, I know you're a big guy, but we only have a queen bed.
It's plenty big.
It's plenty big. But if I roll over to face you or face that direction and you're facing me, I have to roll back over because I cannot stand you breathing on me when I'm trying to sleep. I'm glad that you're breathing, but
Thank God I'm breathing.
but I don't want you breathing on me out of your mouth while I'm trying to sleep.
What? That's something. There's no way I can change that. Yes,
I know you can't change it, but this annoys me.
I can put water in an ice cube tray. I can put the popcorn bag in the trash after I'm done with it. When I'm breathing in the middle of sleep at 2 a.m., I don't think I can change that, Jill.
I just said I know you can't change it, but it still annoys me.
Okay, I think part of it is when I sleep, I used to grind my teeth, so I actually wear a mouth guard. And it's kind of hard to keep my mouth shut when there's a mouth guard in.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, I don't want to grind my teeth all night.
That's fine. I tell you what I do. I just kind of roll over the other way.
Well, there you go. I don't
But it
think
still
that's
annoys
one
me.
I can't improve on. Like I can get better with the ice. I can get better with the popcorn bag. That's one like I got to breathe at night, and I can't breathe through my nose.
What's your next one?
So that's one. I'm sorry, but I can't do anything about that. The one thing you do that drives me crazy is you consistently send me YouTube videos that you obviously think are hilarious,
Because they are.
and I don't. I wish you would realize we've known each other for what
11 years.
11 years now. Our senses of humor are different, and yet you still send me the same type of videos and go, "Hey, I sent you a video. Is it funny?" No. Well, you're just not funny. You send me the same animal videos that are just, to me, not funny.
But you think everybody's funny but me. And I think I'm a funny person. People think that I'm funny.
No.
And you don't.
I don't. It takes a lot to make me laugh. I have a very dry sense of humor,
Yeah, you think you're funny.
a very sarcastic sense of humor.
Me too.
No, you're not sarcastic at all. Jill, a dog jumping through like a hoop, you're like, it's the funniest thing ever.
No, I would never think that was that funny.
No, you send them to me. You send me these videos.
Not of a dog jumping.
No,
through
you
a
send me these videos. I'm like, hey, check this one out. I'm like, all right, I look at it. I'm like, it's just another dog video. Like, this is not.
But it's not all dogs. It can be other stuff, and you still don't find it funny.
But it's the same type of humor. It's kind of the silly dog humor or like kind of dad joke type humor. It's not my sense of humor. And I wish at some point you'd be like, oh, hey, Jake might not think this is funny. Maybe I shouldn't send it to him. But see, I send you stuff though. Like I'll find dog videos like that I don't think is funny, but I know you will, and I'll send them to you.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
You should. And you should be like, hey, I don't find this funny, but I bet Jake will. I'll send that to him.
I just see a cute. Who else am I going to send them to?
Yeah, I don't know, a girlfriend or something, a dog owner. I don't know. But you can't send me a video after 11 years and think I'm going to think it's funny.
Anyways, you're the only person that doesn't find me funny.
You have funny moments,
Okay.
but not the videos you send me.
I'm not saying those don't make me funny, but you really don't think that I'm a funny person.
There are times I think you're funny.
Not as funny as me.
Yeah, I'm pretty hilarious, but what I'm saying is I wish you would realize that our senses of humor are completely different after 11 years and be like, oh, hey, this video is not funny to me, but I bet Jake would appreciate it. Because that's what I do with you. I send you funny stuff all the time because you think it's funny. I might not even laugh at it. But
You probably won't because you don't laugh at anything.
But I know you will. And it's all about satisfying you.
Okay.
So what else do you want to rip me on?
This one, I don't know if I would say it annoys me. It's just another mannerism too. You talk with your hands a lot, but you make fun of Italians who talk with their hands a lot.
Well, first of all, I said raise my hands up. Yes, I do talk with my hands quite a bit.
And you tap the table. It's like you're outlining things. You tap the table a lot.
I think
Again, we need to video record these podcasts.
We'll do a Facebook Live. I'm not Italian at all. Yes, I do kind of talk with my hands, especially on the table. I think it's because the type of work I do, and you're.
Sometimes you look like you're landing an airplane.
See, your smart ass over there is like, yeah, look like you're landing a plane. I think it's because I'm in business and I sit and talk with guys about numbers and graphs, and I kind of lay out the outline as I'm talking with my hands. That's the one I don't know if I can change. No, I'm not Irish. Or, I'm sorry.
Irish.
I'm not Italian.
Okay.
But I don't think I talk nearly as much with my hands as Italians do. I'm usually just kind of laid on the line with a table or, Does it really bother you?
I wouldn't say it bothers me. It's just...
Should I just sit on my hands next time we do a podcast?
It's definitely just the mannerism that you do all the time.
If you could see us recording this podcast, my hands, like I said,
that would probably rank pretty low on my list.
Like I said, Jill thinks I could land an airplane. I probably could because I kind of move my hands a lot.
But you scratching your head really bothers me.
It's a nervous habit. I can't control that one.
Do you have any more? Because I just have one more after this.
Oh, yeah, I got like 26.
No, you do not.
The only other thing that really, really gets to me that you do is your indecisiveness on decorating or organizing our house. You'll say, "Hey, Jake, let's pick up the kitchen. Let's get it organized. Let's clean it up." I'll be like, "Great." There'll be something on the table. It might be some envelopes with some information about a wedding or whatever. I'll say, "Jill, where do you want this?" Well, I don't know. We're trying to organize and pick up, and you say,
but
I don't know, just leave it there. No, leaving it there is the same as not picking it up.
But if it's something important, I need to find a spot for it, and I just haven't found a spot for it yet.
But that doesn't help the situation. We're trying to organize and clean up the kitchen. So we're trying to get everything out of the kitchen. And all you say is, well, just leave it where it is. That doesn't work. We gotta make a decision, make an executive decision, and move on.
As he's saying this to me, he's outlining on the table right now.
I'm talking with my hands, but it drives me crazy. Hey, Jill, you got a pair of shoes on the floor over here. Where would you like me to put them since we're organizing the house? Oh, I don't know. Let's just leave them there.
No, I know where my shoes go.
No, you don't. You'll say, leave them there. No, there does not work. Let's move on.
Your 2 pairs of shoes are sitting over by the dresser right now, and they always sit there?
Yeah, 100% out of your way, out of everyone's vision.
My shoes are never in your way.
But they're always scattered in the living room or the kitchen.
Not.
Yeah, they are. Because I'll say, hey,
not.
You need
now
to move these.
Now you're just telling lies.
You need to move these. Where do you want them? I don't know. Just leave them where they're at. This is the indecisiveness. Or if you get a piece of artwork or a new family picture, I'll be like, hey, where do you want me to hang this up at? I don't know. Let me think about it. And then it'll sit in our second bedroom for a year and a half.
It's because I don't want to put a bunch of holes in our walls because I can't decide where to put it. And again, most people haven't been in our house. We have a lot of wall space, and that's almost more overwhelming than if we had small wall space because I never know what to do with it. I don't want to hang some small 8x10 picture on a 20-foot wall and that be it.
No, that's not the problem. We've had way bigger frames, and if you want to put a hole in the wall and move it, I can patch it.
But then you have to paint over it.
It's okay.
But I don't want to have to do all that.
I'll do it. And I've told you that. You were just indecisive. I said, hey, we have this giant picture. It looks great. Let's put it up on the wall. Where do you want to go? Oh, I don't know. Let me think about it. 2 years later, the same picture's sitting there. You're rubbing your face like you're annoyed with me. You know I'm right.
Okay, so can I do my last one because it's about organization too?
Absolutely.
So when I do laundry, you know exactly where I'm going with this, don't you?
Continue.
I do the laundry, and I fold the laundry. I put my laundry away because I'm already here, and
sorry, I'm at work.
I can put it away right away.
Yep, I'm at work.
And what I used to do is I would leave your stuff in the laundry basket for you to put away. Because that's something like I do the laundry, I'll wash, dry, fold it, put my stuff away. I refuse to put your laundry away because I don't even know where half of it goes. I do a lot of things for you, but that's one thing I refuse to do is put your laundry away.
You don't know where it goes?
Probably not. I don't touch your dresser. I don't even know what's going on in there.
The socks and underwear go in that second drawer they have for the 9 years we've lived together, or 7 years we've lived together.
Okay, but I don't know what's going on in those drawers. It's just, you can do it. You're a big boy. And so I would put the rest of your laundry in the laundry basket, and I would set it on your side of the bed. So that when you came home, it was like, here's your laundry. Just, put it away. And here's your token word of the pot. You would consistently, Jake, Now I'm doing my hand gestures.
Yeah, you're
I'm doing
talking,
the huge.
Yeah, you look like Trump when you're talking to him. Huge.
Huge. You would consistently just take the laundry basket, set it on the floor, and then you would just pull the clean clothes each day out of the laundry basket. And that laundry basket with the clean folded clothes would sit there for like a week. And no, I'm not done. It would get so bad that you would literally run out of clean clothes from the laundry basket that sat on the floor.
Yeah, I'll admit to this one. This was a habit I got back in college.
I remember you doing it in college.
But in college, it never even made it to the laundry basket. I would dry my clothes in the dryer, and that would be my dresser.
You would take them from your desk chair to your bed, or from your bed to your desk chair. Whatever you were trying to do.
I'll own it.
I know.
But I've gotten better.
But what I've done, see, I've learned. What I've done is I don't give you a laundry basket anymore. I just put stuff in piles on your side of the bed.
And it gets put away immediately.
But now it'd be more work for you to take each individual pile and put it on the floor or find the laundry basket to put it in versus just putting it away. So I've gotten smart with this one, and you don't really do that anymore.
Yeah, because you changed it up. I'll admit to this one. No, this is fun. And I think it's important that couples recognize things that they do that kind of annoy each other. But, these aren't things that are going to be a major problem 5 years down the road.
No.
These are little things
They're
that
not deal breakers.
I think they're funny, and I really think most couples can relate to it.
Well, they may not be the same behaviors, but each couple is going to have their own things that annoy each other.
But have fun with it. There's little things I do that annoys Jill. There's little things she does.
I don't know. That ice cube tray, it really bothers me. That was my number one.
Yeah, well, you want to eat my food all the damn time. Annoys the hell out of me. But, we've stayed together. It's worked out.
Well, I'm glad to know that if we were forever stranded on a desert island, you would give me some of your food.
I'll give you food. Like, when we've gone on to fancy restaurants and I have something new that you want to try, I'm all about letting you try it. But when it's a bologna sandwich on a Saturday afternoon, I'm like, hey, I want to eat my bologna sandwich. Calm down. What I'm saying is, these are just embrace these little differences in a relationship because it's funny. We're having a good time with it. We're laughing about it right now. And I guarantee you in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, we'll still be arguing about these little bitty things. I guarantee
hopefully we have a fridge by then that has an ice maker.
I guarantee you in 40 years, I'll pop a bag of popcorn. You'll be like, hey, can I have a couple pieces of popcorn? And you'll shovel half of it.
No, not with your bucket hands.
Right. You'll shovel half of it out if I say no. If I don't say no. So I just enjoy the little differences. Enjoy these little conflicts. They're fun. They're not going to affect your finances or anything in life. It's just fun banter. Enjoy it. Don't get too mad about it, like the ice cube trays. And have fun in the relationship. Jill looks like she's mocking me because she's waving her hands around. Do you have anything to contribute before we end this?
No, I think I pretty much covered. I'm sure if I had more time to think about it, I could come up with more stuff that you do than noise.
But do you agree with me on embrace these little change or a little annoyances in relationships?
Well, yeah, no one's perfect. It'd be a boring marriage if you were boring.
As annoying as it is when you can't decide on where the hell you want to hang a picture or put up your shoes.
My shoes always have a place.
But I kind of laugh inside because it cracks me up when you ask, hey, can I have a piece of that pizza? I'm like, no. And then again, I kind of laugh inside.
No, you don't. You get vicious.
Well, maybe not food, but still. I'm just saying, these are minor things, even though they're fun to talk about. And I guarantee every couple has it. Email us, send us a message. I'm sure there's other little things your significant other does that annoys you, and we want to hear about it because obviously we have our own issues. Like I said, embrace it, have fun with it. Jill, cheers. Thanks for joining us on the first episode of the J&J Sip and Say. This is just going to be a podcast where we talk about marriage, kids, whatever's going on in the world, just conversations that Jill and I have on the porch after Blair goes to bed and have a drink. So enjoy, and until next time, cheers.
Make it a super day and sip and say.